This is what we're working on today, RC drivers, the Losi Micro B, and I've got all these upgrade RC parts to throw on it and an eco power motor. How's everybody doing? Greg here with RC Driver, and today's gonna be a fun day. I've got an inexpensive car. We're gonna throw some inexpensive mods on it, and we're gonna take it to the track. And if you're here and wondering where is the Traxxas Monster Slash build, it's right here on the bench, and I got the hinge pins, so that video is coming up pretty soon. A little sneak peek of some other stuff that's on the bench here. Element RC build over here. SCX24 build. Some pretty cool stuff coming up, but let's get to this project. Got some aluminum parts and hardware, motor, chassis protector, some new tires. Upgrade RC has been hard at work coming out with parts for the Losi Micro B, and some of these fit the Micro T too. But in this video, I'm gonna concentrate on the Mini B, and we're gonna start off with the Losi G case that they offer for the receiver speed controller combo. It relocates it from the top plate to the lower plate here, and it's a really easy install. You just have to remove the stock battery case, and using that hardware, you install this new case, and it basically lowers the CG of the car for better handling. Now, they don't give you these thumb screws. These are actually a separate buy if you want to go get these, and I'm going to show you another option in just a minute. But this is how you access the battery easily. You could, of course, use the factory screws if you want to keep things low budget. But this works too. Actually, it looks pretty cool because they offer two different colors, red and black, in this screw setup. But check out this Losi G case. Pretty cool. It's got the upgrade logo on it, and the battery fits right back here. So again, it keeps the CG down, and that's gonna just give you some better handling. But I suggest you check out this other upgrade that they have as well. This is an aluminum top deck, and it comes with the thumb screws, and it's gonna get rid of this extra casing that they have molded into the factory top deck here. So let's check this out. Ziploc down, but check out this new top deck. Nice flat plate aluminum piece. And this will actually probably be pretty good if you got to put a transponder in. That'll give you a nice place to mount it. But let's get this thing installed. And again, this comes with the black thumb screws, so you don't want to use the factory screws. Great option to get. So I'll just unscrew this one screw in the back. I'm using my old CCXRC driver here. Too bad he stopped making these. These actually worked out pretty well. We'll just slide this screw out, pop out this top deck, and just drop in the new deck. Screws right back in with the factory hardware. That actually holds the gear cover in as well. I'll probably take this off again because I'm gonna go and put in the motor, but I just wanna show you guys what each component looks like. And again, I could put those black thumb screws in, but I'm gonna go with the red because the red looks really cool. And there's the top deck installed. Really cleans up the look of the chassis nicely. And again, perfect spot to go and mount your transponder. Next up, I want to show you the servo mount. This is also a machined aluminum piece, and we'll just pop it out of the Ziploc bag. Every Ziploc bag is just secured tight. All right, here we go. Check that out. It's got the upgrade logo on it, and this is just a stock replacement piece. So this is going to swap out this composite piece. Let's start off by removing the factory mount. You just got to take these screws out from the bottom. Now the servo will just pop up with the mount, and you can go pop the ball stud off if you want to. Actually, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna replace all of the ball studs. Take out the servo screws. Let's take that factory bracket off and drop this new upgrade bracket in place. And using the factory hardware, just secure everything back up. Really easy to drop this in. Snug that up. There it is in place. Looks pretty good, and I could go drop this in right now, but I wanna go, while I have everything apart, replace this ball stud with these optional ball studs that Upgrade has to offer. Now this is going to go and replace all the ball studs throughout the entire car. And what's nice about these is you could go and use a hex driver to just take them in and out. So if you have to do any maintenance, this is much better than the factory ball studs that require you to pop the links off all the time to access the hex ball studs. So this is just gonna make life a little bit easier if you're doing maintenance. So luckily I have this Vanquish driver that allows me to go and remove the factory ball studs. You might have to hunt something down on your own. It's kind of an expensive tool, but now with that out, we go and put in these aftermarket ball studs from Upgrade. Just started with this, and I could use this hex driver just to screw that ball stud in. Ball stud is installed, looks pretty good, and now I'm going to move on to the rest of the car here, and I got a little tip for you. So I don't like to rip these off with a long nose pair of pliers. What I like to do is just actually take a pair of cutters and use the wedge of the cutter to slide it behind the ball and just kind of pop them off. Pop this off. I'll take my Vanquish driver here, unscrew this, install the new ball studs, pop this back in place. And here's why these are much better, because if I have to unscrew the ball stud for some reason, I don't have to pop that link off, which weakens it over time, and I can just do whatever maintenance I need to. And instead of replacing this outside stud, I'm just gonna go and swap out the entire caster block. So as you can see here, these are kind of thin on the outside, and you could potentially break these right here, just in this thin area. And that's why Upgrade offers these nice machined aluminum options. These are really heavy duty looking. So look at that nice thick area. That's not gonna break on you. So I'm gonna go swap this out now while I have everything apart. So that's a screw pin for that. We'll just pop this off. Take off the steering knuckle. Got the screw pins out of that, and you can see that thin area there. That could be a concern. And the new Upgrade piece, way thicker. That's not gonna break on you. Screw everything back together the same way it came apart. Got the front end back together, and everything's looking really good. And I actually really like these caster blocks, because I noticed when I was taking the factory ones apart, there was a little friction there. And with these new ones, they're machined perfectly and there's no friction. So it allows the suspension to move freer. Got a bunch of the ball studs in the front, put a few in the rear. I'm gonna finish that up later, but everything is looking really good. Definitely like the top plate and the steering setup. Now it's all together. Now we're gonna put in a worthwhile budget upgrade. This is an $11 motor. This is a 45 turn where the stock one is 65. So the lower the turn you go on the motor, the quicker it's gonna be. And if you're just looking for a cheap little boost of speed, this is definitely the hot ticket. Let's get it installed. Take these gear cover screws back out. One down here at the bottom too. Then I took 2 screws out of the side guard just to get a little bit of extra room here to pull this gear cover off. There we go, slides right out. Now I could access those motor screws. Take this flat blade screwdriver and just pop off this pinion gear next. It's nice and easy. There it goes, and the motor will come right out. I'll just drop the new motor in, just put it back together the same way we took it apart. Just gotta press on that pinion gear, just slides right on. Then just make sure you set your gear mesh properly. You want a little bit of play in between the teeth. You don't want to press it up against it to where it's gonna bind. So just a little bit of rock there, that looks good. And tighten everything back down. The motor's installed, and I like this because it even gives you a shorter wire, so you've got less clutter on the chassis. Now I'm gonna go throw this chassis protector on. I wish I had this before. I got some scrapes on the bottom, but I've already gone ahead here and pulled off the front bumper. Now what you're gonna wanna do is clean the chassis. You're just gonna wanna get any oils or dirt off of it, and I've got this Eco Power spray here, so I'll just put a little on a paper towel, wipe all that off. It's all good now. And now we can go and put the chassis protector on. They give you 2 here, so if you ever have to do any maintenance and have to pull the chassis protector off for some reason, you'll be able to throw another one on. Not too worried about fingerprints, and just line it up and apply it. That looks pretty awesome. Now finally, we just got to select the wheels and tires. So they have clay bars for dirt, and they have these micro spiker for carpet, and I'm actually going to go run it on a carpet track, so I'm going to throw these on. Yellow wheels are faster in my opinion, but they do have white wheels too. And then I'm going to go throw on these red lock nuts. What's nice about these is they have a larger flange just to stabilize that wheel. Let's get these bolted up. There's all the Upgrade RC upgrades on the buggy. This thing looks really good now. Definitely a lot of worthwhile parts in their catalog, and who knows, they might have some more in the works, but right now I need to see how fast it is with this motor. Let's head over to the track. All right, so we got to see what the speed is on this new motor. And here we go. Plenty of room to mount that GNSS now that the body's off. Yeah, you can tell it's got some power. All right, stop. And read 17 miles an hour. So I'm back at Cali Mods in New York, where I originally tested the Micro B, and I thought it'd be a good spot to bring this car because if you look back at the old video, you'll be able to see a speed difference because I've already driven this thing with the 45 turn motor, guys, and it is a lot quicker. A lot more traction out of these tires. Again, this is no weight in here. It's definitely getting some air. Look at this. Whip through that corner, and look at that. It makes it through that corner ripple section without a problem. Originally, when I tested it, I had to just go really slowly through that, but now I could just throttle through it. Plenty of steering. I forgot how much fun this car is. man. I'm not even getting up to full throttle. Let's see. Look at that. Oh, wow. That just shows you how much power I cleared it. And right after that last big jump, my camera battery died and all the audio was gone. I could have swore I charged it up before I left for the day. But anyway, guys, the Upgrade RC parts made a huge difference. This bone stock buggy, I want to make that clear as well. It was bone stock. And this thing handled so much better with those Losi G parts. These tires, absolutely awesome on carpet. And then that $11 motor, 4 more miles an hour out of it, a usable speed. I want to point that out because some people go throw brushless systems in there and it gets really fast, but this is, again, usable speed, able to get this buggy around the track really quick and successfully. Bone stock set up, shocks. They do need some tuning. They need a heavier oil, but you could see that the car handles so much better. Everything that these guys made, I think, is worthy of you checking out, especially that motor. If you need some cheap speed, drop that motor in. Wow, that was pretty cool. And I've only got 2 tips for you related to the parts that I installed. Number 1, the thumb screws. If you screw those into the optional aluminum mount that I showed, don't over tighten it because you risk the chance of snapping it. And number 2, the kingpins that go through the steering knuckles into the new aluminum caster blocks, add a little bit of Loctite to those. But yeah, this is an awesome platform. So many cool option parts out there available for it, and you definitely need to check out the stuff from Upgrade RC. I'll have links right in the video description below.